The center of the Vegas defense underwent a massive transformation this offseason as the team locked down two former college teammates from the University of Georgia, forcing Raider fans to settle a major debate. But when the dust settles on this season, who actually emerges as the alpha linebacker in the room? Quay Walker and Nakobe are reunited in the desert, presenting a classic tape versus traits debate for the middle of this defense. Looking strictly at the production, Dean takes the edge for both steady career performance and the single highest individual phase, primarily because Walker has struggled to match his high tackle numbers with top-tier efficiency marks. Walker has compiled a massive snap count as a full-time starter over his first 4 years, leading his former squad in total tackles every single year. Yet his game-to-game performance remains highly unpredictable. Walker finished this past season with an overall defensive grade of 48.5, which ranked 74th out of 88 qualified linebackers, largely dragged down by major coverage mistakes, where he surrendered a passer rating over 120 when targeted. Dean has maintained a much higher baseline when on the field, even while navigating a rotational role and tough lower body injuries. Dean posted a comfortable 61.7 overall score in 10 games this past season. When breaking it down, it is critical to recognize the huge difference in how much each guy played. Walker logged a massive 900 defensive plays this past season alone, anchoring his defense week in and week out. Dean, on the other hand, was limited to just 403 total plays due to his recovery from a major knee injury. This vast discrepancy heavily impacts how we compare their numbers. It is infinitely more difficult to sustain high-end play across nearly 1,000 reps than it is over a limited situational role where a player can be protected by the defensive scheme. When isolating single-season peaks, Dean owns the definitive trump card with an elite stretch as a pass rusher. He logged a massive 92.3 blitzing grade this past season, ranking third in the entire league among off-ball linebackers, by securing 4 sacks on just 403 total plays. Walker has flashed solid run defense traits in the high 60s, but his coverage struggles keep him from matching that level of consistency. The difference between these two linebackers hinge entirely on availability versus per-play output. Walker is the definition of a high-volume floor, standing 6'4" and 240 pounds while tracking down ball carriers from sideline to sideline. He has missed minimal time, sitting out only 3 regular season contests this past season due to a late November neck stinger. Dean presents a much lower floor due to a troubling medical file. He lost most of his second professional season to a recurring right foot injury, then suffered a torn knee tendon in the playoffs that delayed his debut this past season until November. With Dean already missing chunks of the offseason program this summer, his durability remains a major question mark. However, when you look at how this breaks down, the early favorite for most fans seems to be Walker because of that floor. But it is still absolutely worth waiting a little while on Dean this year. When you consider the massive ceiling that is still on the table, the potential payoff down the road, it's just too high to ignore.